Hello again, Converge fans. This is one of my first Converges I bought. It's a loose model. It didn't even have the antenna because I didn't even know it was supposed to have one because I know nothing about Gundams. So I 3D printed my own just to break it off again. After that, I decided to just buy the real thing. Right, so I'm going to customize this maybe later. But I never reviewed it, but now that I have a real one in the box, we might as well review it. So this is number 31. This is the Revive version, meaning it's probably been put out. This is the second time it's probably been put out. But it's Mobile Suit Armor 06S, the Zaku2 Char's Custom. Char, I believe, is the antagonizer or the bad guy in the Gundam franchise. I could be wrong. Fandom here just says it's a more mobile thing. You can pause and read that text if you want, if you're too lazy to look up the website. This Revive Wave here, so we have, we got these 5 other ones. Actually, I don't know if there's a reason for Revive. I think this is a normal wave because they're all in consecutive numbers. They're not re-releases, I don't think. But correct me if I'm wrong. There are some stats here you can read on the box without the internet. This is from 2014. If it has gum, it's going to be toxic by now. I think the gum is gone because someone opened it. Maybe they opened it just to take the gum out so people don't get sick from eating really old gum. Possible. So it's a matte finish pink color. There's no glossiness to most of these Converges, unless it's like a metallic paint. They do have some metallic paint ones, but they're like basically more expensive versions of the normal one. Oh boy, this antenna is what was missing from that first one. It's really hard to get out of there. Silly footstand. Oh, you know what? Even though I cut it, the way it's sealed. Oh, never mind. I'm a moron. Dumping it out the wrong way. So looks like a handle for the bazooka, maybe. I have to glue that in place. And then this. I have to cut this thing again. Alright. Alright, so looking at the figure itself, it's actually 2 tones of red. It's, well, I guess you would call that red, and then the rest of it is pink. And then there's some black feet, kneecaps, and a torso here. What's really neat is this little silver here in this, whatever this, what looks like a respirator, which I can't seem to focus on. Oh yeah, there's some silver paint there. The bottom of the feet, standard enough details. The legs don't articulate at all. The arms usually do with the shoulder, but the paint might be stuck, so you gotta like wiggle it, but carefully because you might rip off the peg. I generally don't try to twist it because then that again might tear off the peg. I kind of just move it up and down. Oh boy, let's try this side. There we go. So yeah, so the peg in this case is on the arm, going in the body. What's really neat is this hose. This hose is floating. You know, there's some air there. And that's going from the backpack to the torso. There's also a hose in the back of the head going to the front of the helmet. Okay, there. So just wiggle it out. Take your time with it. The back of the knees actually have some silver paint or gunmetal. Looks like silver to me. Some thruster details in the back. Yeah, more details here in the feet. Maybe those are thrusters. Not sure what those would be. But yeah, you can see on all these Converge figures, they just add like little panel gaps and like little ridge, like slots and dots in many cases. And it's good that they're recessed because then you can take like a Sharpie marker and just add some color to them really easily. So it's nice. This helmet, I think it can come off because I think that pink eye is supposed to move. I am a little curious. Can I move it without... Oh, it's going to be stuck with paint, so I think that's why you want to take the helmet off. So again, I'm just wiggling it until it breaks the paint. Yeah, it's stuck in the front. There we go. So yeah, this eye, mono eye thing is a separate piece, and you can see there's nice details, even mostly hidden, even on this little thing here. Yeah, so I can pose the eye in that direction. What's weird is the head itself won't spin. The base here is totally glued in place. It actually seems, yeah, strange. Alright, so that fits back on. So now he's looking over in that direction. Very neat. This thing you want to glue in place because it's probably going to fall out, and then you'll buy it used without the antenna. I wonder how I know that. It looks really clean. I like it. Very neat. A lot of details on the top of the helmet here, or the head. It's not a helmet. I keep referring to these as if they're people, but they're not. They're giant robots. But they're humanoid looking, so that's where I'm throwing, you know, instinctually you want to say that. So here you even have like a L printed in there telling you it's the left arm. The hand is totally molded in, though. There's no articulation on this hand. Okay, but this side does have, you know, a separate hand piece, and there's an R there as well. And so you could just put on, well, two choices. There's no fist. There's just two weapons with hands molded on. This is not the best paint app there. This is an unactivated Heat Hawk, which is like a flaming tomahawk or something. Really nice detail, though, again, on this guy. All these little lines and grooves and stuff. So let's just see what it looks like with the tomahawk thing there. And then there's a shield here with some minor details on both sides. There's an L. Alright, so that fits in fine. And let's just put that back on there. So that's what it looks like with that. And then let's get the bazooka. Let's take a look at this guy. So it's a funky bazooka. It's got like 4 exhausts or something. Or maybe those are cartridges and they feed in at an angle or something. Yeah, maybe that's it. That handle thing here is gonna have to pop in. There's like an L shape to the peg, so that makes me believe it's in its orientation. So I'm gonna crazy glue that. Not much of an indent for the opening though, but nice little grooves in the back here and some ribbing details going around. Optic, very neat. It's a little crooked. I might have to dip in hot water and let it cool off to straighten it out, but I'll do that later. So let's see what it looks like here as intended. So it kind of rests sort of up here, and we can raise it up. Well, I gotta say I guess how you twist it in here. I suppose you can kind of move the eye. Well, I suppose it would possibly look down and through that scope, but this is a deformed toy of a fake robot. You know, so I guess you can't really look for the realism in a cartoon. That's, you know, a deformed cartoon. That's basically what we're looking at here in my hand. Alright. But you know, I'm going to display it with the tomahawk, because I already have the other one with the bazooka. You can just see more of the robot, so I'm going to crazy glue this antenna in place. One last thing I forgot to mention in case you're brand new to collecting these things. These earlier waves came with these foot stands like this, but it just blocks so much of the thing. They're just silly, I think. I mean, the thing stands without it anyways. Alright, let me reset for the other figure. Alright, so we have the Zaku2 Char, as it's known, but MS-06FZ. First showed up in an animation called War in the Pocket. And here's some things. If you want to read the story there, I'll just focus while I bring the box out. Essentially on the package here it says Fritz Helm type, which I believe is this helmet, like this weird flatter helmet that a regular Zaku would have, kind of like a German World War helmet. It's number 263 in the overall lineup. Okay, and it's from Wave Pound 22, and that means it's from 2021, and there are the other Converge figures from that wave. Okay. And there's some stats here for what that fake robot would do in the fake universe. I'm not gonna eat 2021 year gum, so that's all there this time around. Alright, we got 4 separators here in this bag. Standard peg stand here for these newer ones, so that's nice. We have an activated heat hawk, some sort of like energy tomahawk or something. Really cool details. But I'm noticing on this one, they blanked off the this rope thing, where if you go back to this, you see how it's totally open? So, I'm not sure why. Oh, you know, this could be rigid plastic, whereas this one is like PVC and maybe more flexible. Or maybe people are just complaining about this breaking too much, and so they just switched over to this kind. Alright, the hand looks like it's already attached, or it's actually probably the same piece, but it is painted, you know, so that's nice. There is a weapon here, looks like a machine gun of some sort. The grenade launcher maybe on the bottom. That's the handle. No separate mag or anything like that. That would be cool. If this is like a 1/12 scale action figure, this would actually have a removable magazine and probably have a mechanism for the bolt. Alright, so let's go to the figure itself. Yes, it has this like flattened off helmet kind of thing. It's really even hard to see the mono eye because it's under such shadow. So let's get the flashlight going. 1 lumen. Okay, so it's just a flat painted pink metallic mono eye. I'm gonna guess the helmet comes off. Yes, so you can actually twist that. Oh, look at this. This whole thing comes off. Alright, so that's good. You can move the helmet and you can move the mono eye within that helmet. So that's nice. Although, the way it's molded, you know, it kind of... Well, I guess it still works. It's just... It really wants to be in the center position because it's literally cut out there. But if you want it off to the side, let's try it out. Let's see. I like it that it's got these yellow hoses running around. And then let's see if we can... Yeah, the head also wants to be straight because the way the shoulders are canted, there's like a V. It's nice that they have the details that you don't even see though. That's kind of neat. Ridges and holes. But yeah, the head kind of wants to just sit straight because these hoses are colliding. And same with the mono eye. So in this case, I guess I'm just going to leave it all looking forward. I don't want any weird gaps. I just tried to put the helmet on backwards. Look at that. He's like a dope rapper Converge figure. But anyways, it won't stay that way without poster putty. Okay, so the hands and the arms, all that stuff here. So this arm has this spiked shoulder thing. Nice details as usual. This hand is removable, right? It's gunmetal and green, so that's cool. This arm / hand, the shield seems to be glued on. It seems to be a different green. It's darker than the arm. But this hand, yes, it can pivot around. And there's nice details behind the arms as well. And you got this gunmetallic backpack as well. So on the front we have what I think is the hatch to get into this robot. There's also a gunmetal here on the front of this helmet here, so that's cool. And then the yellow pipes are on the torso as well. Looks like there's like ammo canisters or something here. More hoses going into this leg, and maybe a thruster possibly. A lot of dots here, a little maybe control vectoring thrusters. This side doesn't have the ammo canister, so it's quite an asymmetric design. But I like how this little knee hose is floating. You know, there's air passing under there. The foot's totally molded in, though. Nice details and all, but yeah, it's not a... I don't know, I think it could have been a separate piece, but it's glued in place. And then the legs are totally glued in place. The backpack, you got cool thrusters here, and then this gunmetal color, and yes, again, a lot of panel detail lines and stuff like that. Very cool. So what weapon? Let's see. I'll show you what the machine gun. Yeah, that's alright, I guess. I think I'm more towards the heat hawk thing, but that means you gotta swap out the hand. Oh, but I think I have another figure that's missing a weapon, so maybe I will. Well, I guess I could just put this in the other figure. This whole setup here. But the hand won't match. I have like a Zaku that is missing a weapon. Alright, we're gonna do both of these guys with the heat hawks, not the projectile weapons. Alright, you'll excuse the wobbliness of these cheap rotary displays. Here's that Zaku that's missing a weapon, just a Zaku 1. Let's see if this thing will fit. It's not going to match the green exactly, but it does fit, so possibly you might leave this the way it is. Out of curiosity, will this bazooka fit? Very loose, and the hand looks really huge, so I would say this one doesn't look very good. This one does look not bad, decent. Well, I guess we'll just leave that up here. What else today? Well, I got this goof. I put the wrong base on. Let's see, I put these acrylic bases on. But it's kind of like a Zaku 2, but much crazier. And here's a Zaku 2 FZ. So now this one has just a regular rounded head without much detail. I put in some jewel eyes and added some paint details though, so you can see the difference as far as what a little extra paint will do. You know, I populated this. Let me stop this thing. Yeah, yellow everywhere, so it really helps bring out the model, I think. And actually, now that I think, this actually has a heat hawk. Maybe I will have to put the rifle back on this guy. I do believe these are pretty much the same castings. It's just that the helmet is different. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but looking at the shape of it, I think it's the exact same. It's just the helmet is off. So I am going to have to switch this out just for a little more variation in my display. And maybe if I ever detail this, I won't use yellow. Maybe I'll do a different color entirely, like red, and then they'll look even more different. Alright, well, I guess that's it for the comparisons. Let's let these two go for one last spin before they enter my display cabinet. As usual, pretty happy with the Converge line. At least the main ones. Some of the larger ones are very overpriced. But I think these things were originally like $6 or something like that. So it's a different type of toy, you know. A lot of my videos are about cars. And if you think about like a Hot Wheels Premium, it's a different type of toy. But this has more parts definitely than a Hot Wheels. But it's not metal, so you know, it's interesting how toy companies budget their stuff. Well, anyways, if you like cars and robots, continue watching the channel. If not, if you realize I'm just a child in a man's body, you might want to go watch some bread making videos. Thanks for watching today. See ya, guys.